We are starting out easy. Yeah, honestly, I hard disagree with this one for the pure fact that there are like 3 maybe 4 groups I can name who have done this concept. I say more royal concepts. They are normally so pretty and tell compelling stories and were definitely some of my favorite comebacks last year. Another pretty mild opinion, but honestly I kind of agree with this one. I feel like the sexy concept is definitely being replaced with the girl crush concept. Honestly though, I am okay with it. I feel like girl crush is more age appropriate for many of the groups now since they are so young. That being said, the girl crush, I feel, will slowly just start to change into the sexy concept again as groups get older. As someone who loves 4 Walls, this offended me. Not only does the song already hold a special place in people's hearts since it was FX's last comeback, but the whole era was so beautiful. Now this is unpopular. Just kidding. But seriously, I agree. There are countless pop songs that I actually prefer in English, such as Bad Boy, Highway to Heaven, and Not Shy. Of course, some of them are bad and cringe, but for the most part, I do always seem to enjoy most of them. This one is a maybe for me. I definitely see K-pop becoming less and less popular in the West, but I actually think it will become more popular overall domestically. If you didn't know, people in Korea don't really listen to K-pop all that much. If that's confusing to you, what I mean is, the majority of people, especially those over 30, do not seek out K-pop songs. Sure, they probably listen to the songs if they are played on their radio stations, but yeah, a large majority is not into K-pop. So what I mean by the popularity of K-pop domestically going up, I basically mean that the fans now will grow older and probably still hold on to the fan status, lol, I don't know what to call it. And so yeah, the popularity will just continue to grow there. I very much agree with this one. We will get onto this later in the video, but K-pop is very much centered around trends. The trend right now just happens to be high-pitched songs. However, I would like to see some diversity in the pitches. Not every group has a singer that is trained to sustain high pitches, so vocal strain is definitely happening behind the scenes. Also, since a lot of songs are high-pitched, it makes a lot of the songs have a similar sound even though they might not share anything but the pitch. I meant to touch on this opinion in my last opinion video, but I lost the text file at that time. Anyways, I agree with this to a certain extent. Of course, if a person only gets 1 line during the song, that is not okay. But if a rapper gets less lines than a singer, I will not be mad. And that also goes for positions too. Like I expect the leader or main singer to have more lines than a sub-vocalist. Yeah, this is 100% true. I have also seen people on TikTok and Twitter talking about this. Honestly, it is just silly. Why are you trying to gatekeep a group's album so much? That album could put them ahead of another group and get them a music show win. And yes, that literally has happened before. Anyways, if a group is extremely underrated and could only make 100 albums, that is the only time I would understand this. Not everyone collects K-pop albums from one specific group. It's not that deep. This one is just funny. This goes back to K-pop being not that deep in most situations. I am currently 19. I got into K-pop during 2014. So 6 years ago. 7 in November. I was 13 at the time and I am still completely fine now. Plus, K-pop is still highly restricted with many things. Like no tattoos can be shown on TV. Rose was not wearing a seatbelt in a Blackpink video and it was banned from being shown. A good many of dances have to be changed for music shows. If violence is talked about, the whole song gets banned. The list really goes on. And yes, I know that the beauty standards could be detrimental to a young person's self-esteem, but so can any magazine or fashion show really. I am going to have to agree with this one, big dog. Listen, this is the part where I bring up Kpop is set up to follow trends. International producers are going to be more up to date on worldwide music trends, especially Western music trends, more than the ones in Korea. The reason why second and early third gen songs sound so different is because international producers were rare to use back then, meaning that Western trends would make their way to Korea at least a year later, if not more. And at that point, the Korean producer would take the Western sound and mix it with the ongoing trend in Kpop at the time, making the songs sound both unique and nostalgic. The problem is not that the producers are not good at their jobs, it's just that Kpop has lost a lot of its old unique sound that so many people fell in love with. Yes, this comment is in relation to bigger groups, as in groups with a lot of members, not bigger popularity wise. And yes, I do agree with this. I feel like a group with many members have a lot of different personalities, so it's easier to connect with at least one member rather than a group with a smaller number of members. And more members mean more personalities bouncing off of each other, which is really interesting to watch. Now I actually do agree with this one. Just hear me out. I do not expect everyone in a Kpop group to be an amazing singer, and I think it's silly if you do. Not everyone gets trained as a singer. Not everyone gets trained to be a lead or main singer either. Some members are main dancers, and they need to focus on their dancing, and honestly, who sings good is just an opinion anyways. A person your friend thinks is the best singer in all of Kpop may be the person you think sings the worst. Also, this goes back to line distribution a little bit. An idol does not have to sing the best and still will not ruin a song because of line distribution. A producer is not going to give a bad singer a lot of lines. That way the idol can focus on dancing or rapping. I honestly did not think this was as unpopular of an opinion as it apparently is.